Welcome to Quantum Sobriety. I'm Jo DeRosa and I'm the founder of Quantum Sobriety, and this is possibly the most difficult time of year for those who struggle with addiction, and that can be food, alcohol, drugs, partying, sex, gambling, whatever the addiction is to a substance or a behaviour. It could be anger, it could be overwhelm, it could be fear, doubt, any of those emotions at all as well. So I wanted to kind of come in here. I'm constantly doing live streams in the private forum, but actually very rarely come publicly and do live streams these days. So because it is such a difficult time of year, I thought that I would come in and do a public live stream. And I also wanted to talk about the QS Tour, which is happening in January. So there's information, the cover page, the cover photo to this page is information about the QS Tour. We start on the 15th of January. So I'll talk a little bit about that at the end of this, but really wanted to also talk about tips for the festive period, tips to navigate your way around parties and dinners, and obviously we're a few days past Christmas, but in between Christmas and New Year as I record this, and we've got New Year's Eve coming up, which I know for me was a massive trigger. It was just as bad as Christmas, really, in a different way. Obviously Christmas is family, and it is meals and very social in one aspect, and for me New Year was very, very different. New Year's Eve was about partying, about excess, about really kind of going for it, really being quite extreme, in fact. So I've been sober for just over 5 years. For those that are watching this that don't know me, I've been sober for just over 5 years. So I'm actually going into my 6th consecutive festive period sober, and experienced a lot in that time. And before that, New Year's Eve was a massive bender for me, a ridiculous bender. In my first book, one of the chapters is called Coked Up on Christmas Day. So I took so much cocaine on the Friday night, the Christmas Eve night. Many years ago, I took so much cocaine on Christmas Eve that I couldn't see anyone at all on Christmas Day. Let everybody down, let my family down, and terribly, and was very, very ashamed. That was definitely one of my lowest points. And I think we've probably all can pinpoint, if not the lowest point, we can definitely pinpoint. Hi Cody, we can definitely pinpoint some of or a range of a collection of very, very difficult times, stressful times where we really do let ourselves down. Blackouts and a ton of things. So tips. Obviously meditation. This is my studio. Got my yoga set up, got my meditation set up. I meditate first, very, very early, first thing in the morning. Actually, it's not first thing, is why I hesitate. I write my blog first thing and then I meditate. And for me, I meditate in the morning. It sets me up. It sets me up for the day. It sets me up for everything that happens through the day. Hi Mel, and it sets me up to be able to cope with anything at all. It helps me to really connect with who I am, with my heart energy, with my truth, and so that I can begin my day, and everything that happens in my day comes from this place, comes from my truth, rather than coming from my head and my ego. So for me, meditation is absolutely the first step, and meditating in the morning and setting your daily intention. What do you want to feel like at the end of the day? And so I I tap in throughout the day, I tap into that meditation. So I'm constantly coming back to the meditation, coming back to that feeling, coming back to that truth. And a tip that I use is using fingers and thumbs together in meditation. So I sit in meditation, legs crossed, and I will sit with my hands on my knees and my fingers and my thumbs together like this in Chin Mudra, which is a yoga mudra. And I sit with my hands like this so that through the day I can come back to this. So no matter where I am, what I'm doing, how stressed out I am or triggered to use I am, I can come back to this. I can come back to this connection, and it reminds me to come back to the feeling and the heart space and the intention for the day. So if you're going out on New Year's Eve, or if you're going for a family meal, or you're going to the pub for lunch, or whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can do this. And in winter here in the UK, it's freezing today, it's been snowing today. And so we all have pockets, so you can put your hands in your pockets. No one needs to know that you're doing this. No one needs to know that you are doing this. And so that's the first. Well, I guess tip 1 and tip 2. Tip 1 being meditate first thing, and if you are not meditating, if you're new to meditation, it's not something that you regularly do, then listen to a recording. Really important. Listen to a recording so that you don't get distracted. Find a teacher that you resonate with. Find a voice that you resonate with, and someone that you can relax to their voice rather than it taking you kind of on a journey or a story. If there's a negative connotation with the voice and you're just thinking about the voice, then you're going to be distracted from what you should be doing. So it's important to find an online teacher. There is tons of meditation out there. I've got downloads, I've got recordings that you can do. You can go onto YouTube, you can find something that really resonates with you. But the first thing is to find that teacher, find some recordings, do your practice first thing in the morning, and then use your fingers like this, your hands like this, and so that you can come back to this, and it becomes an anchor for you to come back to your truth, come back to your heart, come back to your intentions for the day. And then in meditation, or certainly at the end of the meditation, so if you're doing one of mine or you're doing somebody else's, then at the end of the recording, then sit and think about how you want to feel at the end of the day. When you're going to bed, how do you want to feel? Sober, obviously. You want to be sober. You want to feel proud of yourself. You want to feel, in the UK we use the word smug. I know that in our American friends, our American QS members really don't like that word at all. It doesn't have such a positive connotation in the US. But in the UK, it's we can say that we want to feel really smug at the end of the day. We want to feel really good about ourselves and proud. And I did this. I feel really open and really happy and aligned with myself, as aligned as I was when I woke up in the morning. Obviously, if you're waking up with a hangover, you are going to feel shocking, and you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel proud. You're not going to be able to meditate if you've got a hangover. And that was one of the reasons 5 years ago that I did stop drinking finally, was that it was severely getting in the way of my practice, my meditation and yoga practice. Hi, Richard. It was really getting in the way, and that was something that was just not negotiable anymore. It was something that I wanted to meditate. I wanted to. Hi, Richard. I wanted to. I really did want to meditate. I wanted to go deeper within myself and find my potential. And I guess I think for people who are connected to QS and our members and those that have come to the workshops and the retreats and our online members have joined our online program, everyone that I have come into contact with have witnessed this within themselves, even if it's just a flash. They have witnessed something within themselves that says you have not reached your potential yet. There is something. There's something more that you can do. There's something more that you can feel. There's something deeper that you can reach. And it's very clear to me that everyone that connects with QS has glimpsed that, even if it's just a split second, has glimpsed that there is a recognition of heart truth, of heart energy, of your individual, completely unique truth. Nobody's two truths are the same. Everyone is completely different. And QS is really a journey. This is why it works for all addiction, all substances. It works for absolutely everything because it's not specific to one substance. It's not specific to one kind of behaviour, because it works for everything. Because it reaches people who are out of alignment. Hi, Sarah. It reaches people who are out of alignment, so it doesn't matter how you are out of alignment. It doesn't matter in what context and how that presents itself to you. It doesn't matter if it's an emotion, or if it's a relationship, or if it's food, or if it's drugs or alcohol. It doesn't matter what it is, because the method is all about you finding your alignment again, you finding your truth again. That's what QS is about. It's about finding alignment, finding your truth, and that is different for everybody. But the meditations that I give you, and the online program, and the technique and the approach reaches that. It reaches that place, that heart space within every single person. So it doesn't matter why you come to us. It doesn't matter why and what you are addicted to, or what is out of balance. The program is designed to bring you back into balance, whatever that means to you, and that means something different to every single person. So yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting, and actually this retreat that our residential retreat starts on Friday. Runs 29th of December to the 2nd of January. I always wanted, when I got sober and I began this program, I always wanted to have a New Year retreat, because I always used to get so hammered on New Year's Eve, and it was always probably the one time of year that I took so many drugs, I drank so much, I abused my body so badly, that I wanted to begin my the retreats over New Year. So we are actually celebrating 4-year anniversary for this retreat coming up. So we've been running these 5-day residential retreats for 4 years, which is amazing. So excited about holding this retreat this weekend, starting on Friday, ending on Tuesday, and going deeper, actually offering a space for people to really live in freedom. Everyone that works here, everyone, Dom and I, who live here at the retreat centre, we live this life. This is normal to us, and it's like you're coming into our world and you are experiencing this for 5 days, so that you can then take it home with you. And it's very, very powerful. There are so many people that have had such unbelievable success after doing the residential retreat. One of them is watching at the moment, watching this live stream with us live at the moment. And it's a privilege. I feel privileged to watch people transform their lives. And so I wanted to do a tour. I wanted to tour the country, and we're starting off with the UK. We've got many members in the US who also want us to go over there. So maybe towards the end of 2018 or at the beginning of 2019, we'll be planning an American QS tour. But we're going to start off our tour next month in the UK and Ireland. So I would love any questions that anybody has, if you're watching this now live, or if you're watching this as a recording. The Quantum Sobriety UK and Ireland tour starts on the 15th of January in London. So we launch in London, and I'm desperately trying to get the book ready for launch as well. So the London launch event is actually going to be the launch event for the QS book as well. So fingers crossed we can get that done. We can get that ready so that we've got copies of the books there. So the QS tour is 2-hour donation-based workshops, and so the London, so 15th of December in London, it is 6:30 to 8:30 in Victoria, so central London. And then I fly from London up to Edinburgh, and Edinburgh is on the 16th, and that's also an evening workshop. And then going over to Galway in Ireland, and that is on the 18th, and that's also an evening event, 6:30 to 8:30. And then going over to Sheffield, and we're in Sheffield on Saturday, and that's a daytime event in central Sheffield. And then we go to Margate on the 23rd, and that's an evening event, that's 6:30 on the 23rd. Is that right, Richard? And then we are in Oxford on the 25th and the 26th. And we've got two events. We've got a lunchtime event and we've got an evening event on those 2 days. And then on Saturday the 27th, we've got a daytime event in Hertford, in Hertfordshire. So that is where we're going on the QS Tour. Really excited. The tickets you can get on Eventbrite, and I'll put in the links. I'll put the website address, but it's quantumsobriety.com/UK-tour-2018. That is the link which I'm just showing there on screen, and so all the information is there. So very, very excited. I wanted to offer this. And I wanted it to be donation based because obviously there's massive costs for me travelling around the country, hotels, flying, and just sort of being away from the retreat centre. But I wanted to offer it and for it to be available to everybody. I wanted it to be available to anybody that wanted to come. So the Eventbrite tickets, they start at £1.85. So you can come for a 2-hour workshop where I'll be delivering the QS approach. We'll be doing a meditation, and we'll be sort of really diving into the QS approach, and you'll be able to take stuff home with you, and this approach, this meditation, this technique, you'll be able to take home with you and begin using straight away. So it's really, really invaluable. We do a 1-day workshop which is 10 till 5, which I'm condensing down to 2 hours, and that workshop is normally £127, including lunch. So for £1.85, you get that condensed into 2 hours. So it's not. This isn't about money. This isn't about making money. This is about getting this approach, which works, out to a wider audience. And we will be the places then. Just to explain that the places that I'm going to are where the QS guides are, and the QS guides are people who have been through the programme. Some of them have done the residential retreat, some of them haven't, some of them have just been online members, and one of them I only met. She has been in the programme coming up for 2 years, and I only just met her in the summer. So she was purely an online member, and so they are people who have got at least 9 months of sobriety. They really understand the QS approach because it is different to what else is out there, and they are able to support others. Now, I know we've got Richard on this call live, and Richard says, I've been free from drink, drugs and medication since the 1st of November 2015, all due to this programme. Thank you for that, Richard. That's amazing. And so Richard did the residential retreat in, thank you, Sarah. Richard did the residential retreat, the 5-day residential retreat in November 2015, so just over 2 years ago, and never, ever, ever took another drug or a drink again. And he has been through a real difficult time since then. His brother died from cancer during that time, and he never went back. He never went back to the booze, went back to the drugs, and he also stopped taking antidepressants at the same time as well. Now, I don't recommend everyone does that. I mean, Richard really is the expert in the antidepressant world, because it's not part of my journey. Drugs and drink, yes, but antidepressants, no. So what's happening with QS is, as we are growing and as we are becoming much more of a movement and a community, everyone has, obviously, as I said at the beginning of this live stream, everyone has a completely unique journey. And so everyone now is bringing something different to the table. So Richard is now able to support those who have got problems with antidepressants, where I can't do that because I don't have any experience. I've never taken antidepressants. I self-medicated with drugs and alcohol, and with food and with sugar. and with sex at one point, and so I self-medicated. So I don't have any experience there, and I would never ever give advice to somebody in relation to something that I've not experienced myself. And so now Richard is here in the community, and Richard is able to talk to these people, these members who are struggling with this particular aspect. I don't have children, I don't have my own children, I've got 3 gorgeous stepchildren, but I don't have my own children. So also I haven't experienced addiction in relation to having a family, and we've got many guides who have got children. And so, excuse me, so they are able to support members and members of the community who are struggling with family issues. So we are growing, we're getting bigger, and the online programme is approaching its 2-year anniversary. The residential retreat, as I said, is approaching is actually at its 4-year anniversary. So we're really well established, which is why I feel that the tour comes at a really good time. The tour comes at the perfect time to really begin to get this out there. So the guides that are in the town, so everywhere I'm going, other than Oxford, everywhere that I'm going I'm going to places where the QS guides live, and then they will be, if there is a demand for it, they will be creating groups, one-to-one groups, and in their towns and cities. So we're looking at the moment to be holding groups in, so I hold one in Lavenham already, a monthly 90-minute group. We do a meditation. We do a meditation, and then we talk and we discuss before and after the meditation, and anyone brings other stuff into the conversation that they want to. But each month there is a loose theme that we look at. So we're looking at launching groups in 2018 in Edinburgh, Galway, Ireland, Margate, and Sheffield, and then maybe we'll begin to launch some elsewhere. We'll be taking in some more guides, because there's more and more people reaching 9 months of sobriety, and I really didn't want people to become guides before that time, because I do feel that there is as humans there is a natural cycle, a 9-month cycle. We are birthing sobriety, and until you really get to that 9-month mark, I don't think that anyone should be thinking about others. It really is about yourself, and certainly the first year is very much about yourself. Anyway, I've been talking for much longer than I wanted to. I wanted to kind of make this live stream quite short and snappy, but there is quite a lot to talk about. So I'm going to be watching this feed, and anyone that comments and would like to ask me questions, then please do. Please do ask questions, and to cope with the cravings at Christmas, make sure that you meditate first thing in the morning. Meditate with your hands like this so that you can come back to this throughout the day whenever you need to, and then at the end of your meditation really take yourself, quantum jump into the evening when you're going to bed. And how do you want to feel when you go to bed? And keep that visualization and that feeling within your heart all day. And maybe you can program that intention into this, so that every single time you put your fingers and your thumbs together, then you are going back to that intention. You're going back to that feeling that you want to have at the end of the day. And let me know if that works. Let me know how you're doing over Christmas. And as I say, I will be checking in on this feed, and I will be answering questions. And it would be amazing, absolutely amazing, to see you on the tour. I will be delivering all of these workshops, and the guides will be with me. So there'll be a guide at every single meeting, every single workshop on the tour, and they will be also answering your questions as well, because it's really important. It's not just about me. I'm the founder of QS, but it's not about me. It's about the community at large, and so having the support of the community is just amazing. So I'm going to go. Have an amazing day. And I will see you soon, and hopefully meet you on the tour. Bye.